Great. So welcome to today's session. It is Tuesday today, and I'm come prepared. I've got my rum and coke ready, so I'm ready for a good session ahead. So that is good. All right. So for those familiar with the DTB system, you've got an incredible system of tools designed to help you make trading decisions with indicators and bar types that really help define where price is going and show you with visual aspects where price has been and where it's more likely to go. So for more information, just visit the website. But a lot of the information you can actually get from the YouTube videos and watching these sessions. Okay, so risk disclosures. So definitely have a look through the risk disclosures for futures trading. And there'll be a link to it in the video as well. Okay, perfect. Let's just bring up my VPS and I'll put this on the one side. Bring up the chart. I was just looking at this chart earlier while I was just at the PC earlier, just making sure, just seeing what the market was doing, what the price was doing. So this is combining the shadow trading with the high-low indicator. So if you notice in your indicator pack for DTB traders, you have a few tools there that have been updated recently, and a new addition to the DTB system, which is the DTB high-low indicator. So that one there, it's basically like a simple moving average type of a crossover. It kind of combines two moving averages together. You can only really select the one moving average in here, but it's actually combining two of them, and it's giving you signals from those. And very simple to create a strategy with it too. So I basically went into the strategy builder, and I created a strategy using the high-low. Oh, it's not on this computer, it's my other computer. But I basically just created a strategy saying when the price closes above the high-low, it's going to buy. When it closes below, it's going to sell. So it was very, very simple strategy, very simple tool. And as you can see over the last period, it has incredible signals that it's actually generated. So very simple to use that. And yeah, so it's got the plots in there that you're able to use, and it's good to also combine that with other strategies if you are building any strategies. And also the plots are available inside the Fibonacci levels. So you're looking at the Fibonacci level indicator on the chart right now. Those are all the plots that you can actually select when building your strategy. So just reach out to me if you want more training on how to build a strategy using these tools, and I will help you further. Okay, great. So these are just some charts I was looking at. So really helpful when you're looking at the bar coloring. So if you just want to trade on the bar coloring of the shadow trading indicator, it is highly successful even doing that. So buying when the bars are green, selling when they're gold, watching the momentum line. There's some really, really good trades that you can take on that. All right, let me bring up my strategy analyzer so we can look what's going on over there. Let me just record this too. I forgot to press record on this. Okay, so that's now done. Just for anybody that wants a high definition copy of this call, because unfortunately the YouTube only comes up in 720, so it's not always very clear. Okay, so with the strategy analyzer, there is an option to optimize different data series at the same time, or different instruments at the same time. So if you click on your instrument under data series over here, you can select your instrument, any instrument that you want. But if you have created your own instrument list, they actually can be listed over there. So I've created some for NQ and YM, NQ and MNQ. So if you want to optimize two at the same time, it's going to double your results, your iterations, but it's going to at least put everything on one strategy analyzer screen. So to do that, you can basically go to your tools, instrument lists, and over here you can actually click add, and you can create an instrument list. So once you've created one, you call it a name, and then on the right here you can add different instruments. So you can create a list of whatever, 2 or 3 of your instruments that you trade, and run one strategy analyzer window like I did over here. And I did both the NQ and the YM. And what that does is it's going to give you combined results. So it's going to give you the best setting from the NQ, the best setting from the YM, and it's going to tell you that those combined, if you use both of those settings, you know, that is what the strategy would return, you know, that is what the combined results would be. Okay, so looking at the NQ, so what this does is it gives you I've selected 10 results. So it gives you the 10 best NQ, and it gives you the 10 best YM. So you can look through the YM settings, you can look through the NQ settings, and that's good. So as an example on the YM, so here is the YM. It's saying that, you know, you'll see that the values will be a lot lower because there's less trades. There's less trades, and obviously the price does move differently on the YM compared to the NQ. But what it's doing is it's optimizing that same bar size as the NQ. And you can look through the results from that, and you can look at what, you know, that has been doing day in and day out, and also for the same period of time. So we're using the 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. time slot. So if you're looking at this at the end, at the YM, you can see it's got a lot. Sometimes it's got a smaller drawdown that you can select, and then you can also just look at the different results. So exactly what we're doing with the NQ, you can just do with the YM. And the good thing is now you can combine it onto one strategy analyzer. So obviously you can still do it separately, but if you want to combine a few instruments in one and see which instrument is giving you the best settings or the best options, then you can always trade that one instead of always just sticking with the NQ or your preferred instrument, because it's not really about the instrument that you are trading, because the strategy analyzer doesn't care which instrument you're trading. It's going to give you the best set of settings that are most likely to work on a instrument. And so what if you switch between YM, NQ, or, you know, Russell 2000, ES, and what, you know, all those different contracts, you can still just find something that is very good for that session. All right. So let's go and check. So we'll very quickly look at the YM. So there's the YM. So as an example, $5,100 with a 900 drawdown, 61 trades, 40% accuracy. There's one slightly below it with 4.4 with 51% accuracy, 56 trades over the entire period of the month. So we're looking from the 29th of August to today. So that's what this one is providing. And it's the 16-16 chart. So there it'll plot its trades and, you know, go from there. So not a bad option to look at too if you want to enter or use a contract that will do fewer trades and have a slightly lower drawdown value attached to it. So as you can see, only 2 or 3 trades per session. You know, sometimes only one trade, you know, 1, 2, 3 trades, and then it's out. So not a bad option to look at also. Okay, so we're still going to stick with the NQ for this. In the future, I would like to run a strategy for the YM and the NQ at the same time for the hour. And who knows, even progress to 3 strategies running at the same time on 3 different instruments. So we can look at that down the track. Okay, so let's have a look at the at the settings now for the NQ. All right, where do we go? We go to analysis, and we're going to day of week. Okay, so today's Tuesday, and we're going to look at what is the best option for Tuesdays. Okay, so just 1 second. Okay, perfect. So I'm not liking the drawdown on that one. It's got a decent amount of trades. So probably nothing on here that really stands out. This is the 16-16 chart. So let's switch over to the next one. So for the guys that were on the session yesterday, I used the exact same templates. I didn't change anything. The only thing that has been updated is the end date. So the end date for the strategy analyzer is just the next day. So yesterday we selected the 12th. Today we're selecting the 13th. So it gives us up to, so it includes yesterday's data as well. Everything else is exactly the same. Okay, so let's have a look at the second one that came up. So over here, we've got a few, but very high drawdowns on some of those. So we're going to, again, look at the analysis and look at the day of the week. Okay, so I'll keep that one up. It doesn't look too bad. It only had basically the Wednesday they went down, but the Tuesday looked pretty good. Look at that. Okay, so that's on the 1818 bar. The next one we're looking at is the 2020 bar. That one looks pretty decent, the 934. I can't remember which one we used yesterday. I think it was the 934 we used yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't make a note of it. I can check.
It was the 522.
522. Okay.
On a 22 bar. Yeah.
On the 22 bar. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Jason, if you have another spot there, can you try and have a look at an 814 bar by any chance?
814?
Yeah. I ran a whole bunch of optimizations today, and 814 absolutely smoked it out the park. I just wanted your opinion.
Okay, no problem. So I'm just going to duplicate one of my windows. And over here, I'll abort that. And let's select the 814. So 8 and 14. And we'll run that. Okay, perfect. So while that's running, we'll look at and thanks for that. It's good to if you guys do optimizations and you come up with some really good settings, you never know what what is going to come up and can be exciting. Okay, so here is the 2222 bar, and there is the 522. You said we did the 522 yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So let's have a look at the 522. So Tuesday, not looking great. Remember we said yesterday the Monday looked amazing, Tuesday down, Wednesday. Okay, so let's have a look at what it did on the chart. So if we look at the chart, let's have a look at yesterday's trades. So this is a good way of checking what we did yesterday on the strategy. So this should have, this should have the same plotted positions as our strategy ran yesterday. So what is the 10 and 12? Was it 520? Yeah, 522. So remember yesterday, these are our trades from yesterday. You remember yesterday we had a losing trade, winning trade, losing trade, and then we had this trade that came down, had a nice profit, and then closed off over there at a loss. And then this trade ran all the way, and then I paused it somewhere over here. So if you were on the call yesterday, you'll remember I did something like that. and we ended up with $300 odd in profit. So this is a good way to also check your trades from the previous day when you run your optimization, because they're going to plot exactly the same on here. And it's a good thing to see that, because you can see that your plotted trades after the fact are exactly the same as when you were trading. And this is why it's important to have your slippage correctly set up in your analyzer. Okay, so that's cool. Analysis. Okay, so let's go back here. So I'm not going to select this one for today. On the 22, let's have a look at some other options. I did an 8 to 24 with an 8 underscore. I mean, 8 to 24 bar size, and optimizations on there. Not bad settings. Probably want to have a look at some analysis over there. Okay, not too shabby. Let's have a look at the next one that we did, which is the 1616. Some decent ones over here too. 2000 drawdown, not bad. So I'm going to look at the analysis of this one. Tuesday, not looking good. Okay. Now let's have a look at the last one. So this was the one that we still got running. Okay, so 814 bar. So we'll give that a moment to finish. And while that's finishing, we'll just go and look at which one we were going to select again. So it wasn't this one. It was this optimizer here, wasn't it, so far? The 731 on the 1818, okay. Or the 934 on the 2020. So the 934 on the 2020. Yes, so definitely that one looks better. This one here looks better than this one here looks better. Okay, great. So far that is the pick on the 2020 bar. 11 with a 1.8. Let's have a look at the next screen. Okay, so here are our results from that bar size of yours, 814. Okay, so these are my results. We're seeing this one here looks pretty awesome, actually, the 1117. I'm getting a 12,000 with a 1,700 drawdown. How do your results compare to what I'm getting?
Jason, I did true optimize false false, and that landed up coming back with true false false false. All the smaller bar sizes for today seem to return to false false false.
Okay.
I don't know how big a difference it makes, but
yeah,
to put it into context, every Tuesday we're running at around 71% return, with $8,500 for the last 5 Tuesdays.
All right. Okay, so let's quickly look at that. So you said it was true. What were your settings over here?
I did true optimize false false, but it landed up returning to true false false false.
True false false false.
Time. Yeah.
Okay, so let me just run that one again.
I just wanted your opinion on it. It's something I've been playing with, but yeah, your insight is worthwhile.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. With these repaints, if you can optimize all of them, it'll just take a lot of system resources, but you're actually going to get some really kick-ass settings by doing that.
Yeah, basically looking at Tuesday. Yeah, if we were looking at Tuesdays only, it's yeah, 71% chance of making money with a very low drawdown.
Okay, great. Well, let's have a look what it comes up on my side. And
at least, yeah, that's what it spat out my side. Yeah. Good
stuff. So Jamal, a question. I tried doing gold or GC and I got 0 results. Any reason why? No, there's just something there's just probably something you're not doing correctly. So You know, if you selecting your instrument in there, you're doing everything correctly, you know, you'll get results. So you just got to copy the templates that we're using over here with the optimization. You can also just click on backtest and choose just backtest and run that. It'll just show a result, and then you'll see if you're getting any data or anything into your optimizer. But yeah, you'll get a result of any instrument that you run through the optimizer. So that shouldn't be an issue. So just I've done gold and stuff several times, you know, all different instruments, and it works fine. So try different bar sizes, try a few different things.
Just on this, Jason, we're optimizing through the day, me and Paul, obviously communicating through it. And yeah, that 2020 933, 934, which we both came to and both decided we were going to trade earlier, that 933 for Tuesday with that 2020 or the 2222 just keeps coming back and back and back. Yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome. And it's good to keep a record of that, because you can narrow down your optimizations, and you know, they'll come up. So yeah, absolutely, go for it. Okay, so this one's got about 2 odd minutes left. It's running a little bit slower on mine now because I've got quite a few analyzers open. So I'm just doing the multiple analyzers here for the session, but I generally would close off the ones that I don't want to use and only have the ones that I want open. So that'll just free up some of the system resources and make it a little bit easier. Okay, so we've only got a few minutes left before they open. So I want to try and get the strategy activated as soon as possible. So 1 minute to go on here. And have you guys activated any strategies on your side yet?
Just about.
Okay.
Yeah, I have my strategy hasn't taken a position just yet.
Okay, all right.
I'm the same, Jason. I set mine away about 10 minutes ago. It just hasn't taken a position.
Okay, good stuff. Okay, so this is what you were talking about with Tuesdays being a killer. So are any of these settings coming up, or are any of my settings matching up on yours?
Yeah, 1637. That's what I got. That would be my go-to. Like, so see that on Tuesdays, $8,700, 71%.
Yes, got you.
With average loser of $235. And when I look through the trades and the charts, they look beautiful.
Okay, great. So that one there has got a 2.9. So I'm going to actually pop that one on then today. So let's save that one. So I'm going to go template, and I'm going to go save. And I'm going to call this 12th of October. So 12th of October, NQ, and 814. So 8_14. So this is the bar sizes, and it was true, false, false, false. Okay, so true and false, 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 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Okay, so I'm going to save that. All right, and then I'm going to just save it again. So template, save, and I'm going to call it trading chart. All right, perfect. So that's going to be saved. Now let's go create a chart for that. So 814. All right, so I'm going to go over here. So let's just go here. So new chart. We're going to go NQ. We're going to select 8 and 14. we're going to do our custom range. We've got, I think it was the 29th of the 8th up until today with break at end of day on. Now notice now I'm leaving break at end of day on, okay, and I'm clicking OK. So that's just going to load up. And now if I go back into data series, for some reason, the break of day was disabled. So that is continually happening. So just make sure you go in and open up the data series again and apply that. Okay, good. So now that that is there, we have the strategy. So let's go to strategies. Let's go to the analytical bar strategy 1. Template, load. We're going to select that specific one, which was this one here, the 814. And we're going to go and choose the account. And we're going to go apply, enable, apply, and OK. Now, immediately, I want to just go and check my strategy analyzer to make sure that my chart over here is matching the analyzer. So looking at that, yes, I see those bar size, the bars are matching. So as long as I got that matching and I got my amounts at the bottom, so the amounts at the bottom on the analyzer is telling me the same values. So I'm selecting that. So now I'm going to go click on start. So that is our strategy for the, oh crap. No, not crap. I just got to change the account on here. So we're trading the Apex account. And it tells you in your buttons over here which account you've got selected. Okay, so that is our thing. So thanks for that. Was that Paul or Stuart?
Yeah.
It was Paul, right? Paul, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Hopefully it works.
Well, if it doesn't, we'll come and find you, all right?
I know you will.
No, it's yeah. I mean, we all just you know, doing different optimizations, and you know, it's definitely a good idea to experiment with different bar sizes. I mean, there's no one specific bar size, you know, that is ideal all the time. You can definitely optimize different bar sizes. So the cool thing about the optimizer is you can go and if you go and click on optimize the data series. The only problem is you can only have one baseline within text. So I'm going to try to figure out a way of how to optimize both of these values. I don't know if that's possible, but if I can, I think that will be killer. I think that'll be killer. But for now, you can just go and optimize different values and you'll come across something like this, which is a real gem that shows you really, really high results. So all our other results were all showing between $10,000 and $12,000 for the same period. So that's something to look at. I mean, even if you look at a few of the other sizes in there, like you've got, you know, here is a 1931. It's got 14,000 return with 1,400. It's only got 61 trades, but overall, if you look at, you know, it's just a lot. It's taking less positions. So it all depends if you want to enter a lot of positions or less positions, and then go from there. And remember, this is only between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. So it's not going over a huge period of time. And you can see, you know, if this strategy was active, yeah, it's looking pretty good. If the price stays around this area and this bars stay red, we're not going to get any signal on this until we actually get a break of a brick wall like this, and that happens. Okay, so 2 minutes until we open. And we also haven't even worked with the tick delay. So if you use, I still got to convert that to bar delay. Okay, I'm going to make sure I do that with the next update. But what that will do is it will, you know, if you optimize the tick delays as well, that's also going to give you another level of optimization. The tick delay always has to be in increments of the bar size. So the very first, the first bar size you use in value, the one that says value, that is what you've got to have your tick set at. So if you're optimizing 8 to 64, you've got to have your tick delay as between 8 and 64 in increments of 8. So that's another thing to do. It just takes a lot longer to do optimizations. Okay, so 1 minute until the open. And so even using this analyzer like we discussed over here, even just finding optimized settings and entering positions when the strategy is giving you signals like this with the green and the red bars, and also price bouncing off these levels, it's incredible what can actually come up. Okay, so there's our first trade. It created a new brick wall over there, right on the open. So we'll see what happens to that one. We may have trades running a long way against us because we haven't got the other repaints active. So we'll just monitor what happens with that over the session. Because we're only using the first signal generated, not the extra repaints, you could have that type of a thing happen. I just want to go to the properties here and increase the size of the font. Okay, so not the best start, unfortunately. So just looking at I'm just going to look at this analyzer. I'll look at it on another screen and just see what that is coming up as. Okay, so Tuesday, 11 trades. 37. So during the time of this strategy that's running now, it's had a drawdown of 2.9 before. So it's had a trade go down $2,900. So that's how you look at the you know, at the results, and you also just check what's going on there. So if you had 2 entries per direction, you would actually be in the second trade as a long over here, and then you'll be up onto this one, which means your average trade, which will be down over here, and it will be a lot Oh, I haven't got the Fibonacci levels loaded on here. So let me just go and pop the Fibonacci levels on here also. Let's see, DTB Fibonacci levels. Where are you? There we go. And okay. I'll give that a moment to load. I should have done this before I activated the strategy, but that's okay. It'll still just continue. Okay, great. So that's loaded on. So we've had the price. The price is going to move a lot on this chart because obviously the bar size is quite small. So bear that in mind. How have the strategies started on your side, guys?
Was
I'm
twitchy
doing
button
well.
time for a while.
Mhm.
Eduardo, how about yourself?
Good. I was at 300 a moment ago. Just here is working. That 814 chart looks very good.
Okay, great stuff. Should I go into the data series here and increase the size of these plotted lines? I think you can actually save these as default after you've changed them. Okay. Okay, so where do we have the price? We have the price between the 1 hour 61.8 and the monthly 50%. So that is where the price is currently stuck. It'll be nice if it breaks through. And it's also the 4 hour 23.6. So that's this level over here. So as you can see, it broke through it, retested it, came up. Now it's broke through and coming down. So it's pretty good. Okay, so there's a long position. So far we've got 100% accuracy so far.
Jason, just a quick one. Mine's not in any more trades, and you're in a long, and mine is painting different colors to you. Mine's painting like it should be a short.
And you got exactly the
now,
same.
Only now I'm in a long.
Oh, okay. It's just, yeah. So like we said, it depends on your data speed, how your system is picking up the thing. So yeah, interesting.
Huh.
But the other positions were plotted correctly?
Yeah, spot on.
Okay. So far we've had 2 closed positions for $627 on this one. So if you had a $500 target, you would be done. Unfortunately, if you put $1,000 stop, you would have been out of your position though. So it's just the targets that I work with. So interesting here, we've got the price breaking under the 4 hour 23.6, coming back to retest it almost to the tick, touching it there. So, and we've got a big gap under the price. So I'm a little bit concerned about this one coming down because we've got a big gap below, but a lot of resistance above. And we're in a long at the moment. But let's just see. Maybe we will. And that's also why the price shot down earlier, because there was no resistance there. You see, there was nothing really stopping the price from coming down. And it's exactly what's happening here. We've got nothing really, no strong Fibonacci levels in play over here to really stop that thing from shooting down, which is why it ran down a good amount first. So you'll notice on the strategy, it doesn't always change signals when the bar color changes. So this strategy doesn't work according to the bar color. That is, I mean, that is the overall, I mean, if you're looking at the repaints, those are determined a lot by those. So if you've got a repaint selected, it's going to act on more of those color, these brick wall breakage. So every time the price comes to the brick wall, it classifies a repaint. So every time it comes and creates a brick wall, that is what the repaints actually are. And if you look at the indicator settings for the SI, it doesn't really show on here, but if I load up the indicator, let's look at the indicator itself. So if I go to the SI indicator on here, and I just put the values, you'll see that the first repaint is magenta, second is white, third is transparent. I don't know why that one's transparent. Okay, but so you're looking at white and magenta and cyan and orange. So those are the main colors: white, magenta, cyan, and orange. These red and green, that's basically the first changeover in color. And the other ones are repaint. So that is the signal just changing over from red to green. It's not classifying it as a repaint. It's basically just classifying it as a changeover in temporary direction, but the repaints are actually the colors of these dotted lines, you're going to notice. So while that's running, we can look at a optimization for micros. So somebody asked for micros. So let's use the same one that we got here. I'm going to just duplicate this in a new tab. Okay. And then I'm going to just abort this optimization over here. And where are we? Once this loads up, we will change this to MNQ. I don't know why it's taking so long. Okay, I'll just monitor that on the side, see if I can figure out what is going on there. Okay, so that's come back into play. I will just change this to the MNQ. Okay, and then run that. And while that's running, I'll just put it to the side. Okay, so we're going a little bit down. So now look, we've just come and touched the daily 50%. So the price came down, and like I said earlier, it's got a huge amount of space to run because there's no real strong Fibonacci levels in play until here. So this was the first level of resistance that the price actually had to to work around. So between the 4 hour, which is, remember, it broke through there, came up, retested. This entire value over here, this range, this was the price where the price could actually run in here because there was nothing to stop it. So I'm hoping that this 50% holds up, then and bounces back up again. Of course, it can break through, but if you look at that, that is a huge gap. That's a huge run. That's over 200 ticks that the price has got to move in that range.
Jason, there's something really weird going on. Mine was in the short, but yours is in the long. So I've just banked money.
Okay.
I don't really know, but we're running the exact same settings. And it looks like I've got a little bit of a lag on my computer compared to your connection, because I can see the price ever so slightly after you.
Uh-huh.
So if yours is sitting 2 or 3 points different in price, it's like mine has got a bit of a lag.
I wonder if it's my data feed.
I don't know, but all I know is that my trades have been in reverse to yours, and I've just stopped it now because I don't know what's going on. But it's been extremely profitable, so I don't. Okay, I don't know.
I don't know. So I'm running off a rhythmic. This is a rhythmic data feed I'm running off right now. I'm hoping that it's not got an issue, rhythmic. Because yeah, you see this is going right down. That's 1,700 down on this trade.
Well, I'm going fishing now. I made it to my goal, so pretty cool.
Good on you.
Yeah, $632 with one contract. Not bad at all.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
So it's only me that's really gone backwards over here. See, I've got this rhythmic account, and often the different data series could be reflecting differently, but it shouldn't make, I mean, I would say it shouldn't make a big difference, but who knows with these companies? If the information coming from their servers is different to other providers, and that's messing up the signals. So the price broke through the 4 hour 23.8 and then came back to retest it. So let's hope this is not a push down on my side, at least. If it's on your side and it's profitable, that's great. Again at the 23.8. So if I go to the data series and I make this center price on scale, we can actually see the different values in play. So above, we've got the daily 50. This is the 423, 38.2, the 50. So, Paul, on yours, is it still going strong?
Yeah, there was a little bit. It looked like there was a bit of a data issue. I mean, we've got a typhoon in Hong Kong right now, so it's been playing havoc with my internet. I could literally see about 5 bars into the future. You had a seriously strong feed compared to me at the time, so it went against me a little bit, but it's fought back, and we probably
just to put that into context.
Yeah.
Sorry, just to put that into context, Jason. Obviously, I'm in Hong Kong as well, and I was exactly the same as Paul. I was in a short all down through that.
Okay. So for some reason, I am in a long. I'm not sure why.
Yeah. So and it's I've paused it now, but I'd certainly like to keep it going.
Yeah, because it's a huge run down, isn't it? So
Well,
I got
it's-
into a sell, a
Yeah.
buy over there. So if you look at my bars that I'm showing you on the screen now, I've got a buy over there. Did you have a sell on this red bar over here
Yeah. Let me just look back.
at about 9:37?
I got to sell at 9:40ish, 9:39.
I got to sell at 9:40, yeah, and it went against in that time above you now 9:37. It went north, and then it just broke under the brick wall. But your brick wall is painting ever so slightly different.
Yeah,
Because
okay,
the price had bounced around the brick wall 3 times. It's like a head and shoulders straight out of a technical book. The one on the left-hand side where the left edge of your box, yeah, it was a head and shoulders there, like a perfect set. And then it just broke under 735, and it ran all the way down to 659. So that was 75, 80 points.
Okay.
300 odd ticks. 320.
Yeah, so yeah, for some reason I'm in a long, but I should actually be in a short. That's what this should be. It should actually be happening.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was in, Jason. Mine was exactly the same at exactly the same time as Paul's.
Okay. And you guys are you guys using the same data feed?
Well, we're on the same internet provider and everything. Yeah.
Okay. And who's your data feed provider though?
Oh, I think it's just whoever NinjaTrader contracts out to. I think for me,
the CQG is normally the one that's available. The rhythmic one is not the rhythmic. The kinetic is the one that NinjaTrader themselves specifically use, which all the vendors have. Which I'm not running now. I'm running the rhythmic one. That's because I'm running this Apex account, and they've got their own data feed.
I think mine's a CKG one because I didn't go with the kinetic connection.
CQG, yeah, okay. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know why that is the case, but it is what it is. And the same thing happened earlier. So were you also in a short earlier when the price was going all the way down?
Yeah, it wasn't.
That's why I said squeaky bum time for a bit.
Probably not the most comfortable opening.
Yeah. Okay, so when you want a Fibonacci level not to be strong, this is we'll see what happens. So it's coming, the price is coming back to the daily 50, and it's a huge value. That's a huge value. So we had the price break through the 4 hour 23.8, retest a little bit, come back, break over the 4 hour 38.2. Now it's broken through the daily, which is very good. So that's a very, very comforting. So we might even see a little bit of a come down to retest it. But if it stays above, we're probably going to see this price shoot all the way back up again to the 4 hour 23.6, because again, we don't have anything stopping the price in this range over here. There's literally nothing stopping it. So it's like yesterday, open field. This is an open field situation. And, you've got from this daily 50 up until at least over here, you've got 100 and how much? You got a shitload of ticks basically available to use. Come on, where are you? I'm trying to get this value. 160 ticks. So often what happens, the price will break through a significant level, go up a little bit. They'll come and take out some stops because that's what they want you to. They want to catch all the people who've got trading stops, you see. So all these people dragging up their trailing stops, they come back out and take them out and say, thank you very much. I've taken out your stops. And normally they do this close to the Fibonacci levels, like over here. So thank you. I've taken out all the stops I need. Now I'm going to go up. Bam. And then that's very, 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 very often what they do. So you could probably say that about 7 out of 10 times, they're going to do that. They'll break through a strong level, come back, take out some stops back near that level, bounce the price up, and then shoot up to the next Fibonacci level. And if not shoot up directly, bounce the price around and then eventually get up there. And if you go back on the chart, you're going to notice that a lot. You're going to notice a lot of the time how it breaks through, retests. And unless, like over here, if you look on the left over here, unless it can break through, come and retest, but then sometimes break above again. So, you know, then break above, retest, and then shoot up. Break above, retest, shoot up. Okay, so we've got 9. When is my strategy going to activate? If I got it, I mean, disabled, should I say? Strategies. So 10 a.m. It's going to end at 10 a.m. So back to the 50%. Maybe they didn't have enough stops yet. They wanted more stops to take out. So even if you're entering positions, manual positions, very close to these levels, and you're waiting for a price to come near and then a break up, that could be good entries too. So on any bar size that you're working on, price coming up, you know, breaking, testing a level and then breaking down. So sometimes, so like this one over here, or any of these really, so the price broke through a strong level, came back to retest it, broke down, sell over there, come back up, sell. You know, the second, third time I probably wouldn't do it, but definitely the first time when it breaks up, confirms that, goes and does that. Okay, so now we're back below the 50. It's a very small bar size, so it could just be temporary around this section. Okay, now they've broken below the 50. So you can also look at this on like a 5-minute chart to see what that looks like. Oh my gosh, okay. Lots of entries over there. I'm just going to disable these. So we've had the price just literally bounce around a little bit over here. Staying above that 50 though. Hang on. Let me check my data. I don't want to refresh this. I wonder if I haven't got a data issue yet, because I brought up a 5-minute chart and my fib levels have changed slightly. Oh man, I hope I haven't got a data issue over here on this specific chart. Anyway, let's just run it complete. So whenever you have your fib level should match on all your charts. So I probably needed to delete my data and start, even though my strategy analyzer matched up perfectly. I'm just wondering if during this session, somehow in the beginning, something just went wrong. If I run my optimization again, let me just do that. Actually, that's a good idea. I'm going to run my optimization again on that bar size that we're working off. The 814. For some reason, I can't find that optimization now. Okay, so my strategy is going to exit any moment, which is not a good spot for it to actually to deactivate as the price is shooting right down. Okay, so I can't really find that. I'll do it after the session and just see if anything is mismatching on my side. Okay, so there is my outside of trading hours at the very bottom of that run, which is beautiful, sarcastically. Okay, so strategy performance on this one, I actually down 1100. So it was 3 trades in total. So definitely, there was definitely an issue on my side because the other guys were having different trades. So I'll evaluate that and see what happened. But I'm glad that you guys actually had successful trades on yours. How did you go? So you guys paused earlier. So you guys would have been out already. And all of you actually did well today. So well done on that. I'm going to have to find out what's going on my side.
Jason, for what it's worth, I've just pulled up the data for the settings. It was 7 trades. 7 trades. 1, 2, 3, 4 buys, 3 shorts.
Okay.
4 longs, 3 shorts, and it worked out to because of the last one. If you had left it all the way in, because of the last one, it was only about $300. But just prior to the last move, about $1,000. Okay,
perfect. So,
yeah.
Okay, good job. So yeah, so mine definitely screwed up. Look at that. It definitely screwed up there. Okay, no problem. I'll do some testing on my side and see what happened there.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. Thank you. And we shall see you tomorrow. So tomorrow is Wednesday. It's the last session of the week. And look at the shit fight over here. Eh? So it basically closed at the very bottom of this move. Great, eh? Okay, anyway, I definitely had an issue this side, so I'm going to look into it. But same time tomorrow, and we'll have the next session. Okay, guys, thank you.
Thank you, Jason.